At 17 minutes past 4 on the morning of the 6th of February, southern Türkiye shook.
I told myself this should be the doomsday. Without having the chance to think about what we can do, the building collapsed on us. I was with my wife. My wife was trapped under me. I didn't hear from her for a very long time. When I finally managed to create a little bit of space for myself, I saw her lying unresponsive. I stayed with her for more or less 3 hours.
I was sleeping when my wife suddenly woke me up. The quake was very severe, very scary. We were hearing sounds from all over the place. It took almost 2 minutes until the shaking stopped.
But the horror did not end with the 7.7 magnitude earthquake.
Bu depremin sonrasında ise
More than 100 aftershocks were felt after the first earthquake, 3 of which measured a magnitude of 6.6. However, just moments ago, another earthquake with a magnitude of 7.6 centered in Elbistan occurred in the same region. Both of these are independent earthquakes that trigger each other. There is serious earthquake activity in the region. These aftershocks will continue for a long time.
Turkey's Disaster and Emergency Management Authority and other state agencies mobilized quickly. A massive search and rescue operation began. But the true extent of damage would shock the world. 11 provinces in southern Turkey were badly affected. More than 50,000 people were killed and more than 100,000 injured. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who took it upon himself to personally monitor the overall operation, delegated ministers to the affected areas.
We have dispatched all resources of the state to the earthquake zone, and we have declared a state of emergency and announced the quake-hit areas as a disaster zone.
By the third week of the month, Turkey's Ministry of Environment, Urbanization and Climate Change had inspected 1.25 million buildings. 40,000 buildings had collapsed and 200,000 were severely damaged. The International Organization for Migration estimated that nearly 3 million people were left homeless. More than 100,000 Turkish personnel were put to work in the earthquake zone, and Ankara sought international assistance as well. 90 countries responded, sending nearly 10,000 personnel. As the search and rescue operation came to a close, the government shifted its focus to rehabilitation and reconstruction. Financial, psychological and other support was provided to the survivors. 645,000 tents were set up in 350 tent cities. Nearly 400 container cities were established in quake-resistant areas. Erdogan promised to do everything possible to rebuild homes within a year. But he says ultimately it's the Turkish people who have once again written history with courage and resilience. Despite the bleak picture, Türkiye is determined to rebuild as the wounds of that terrible day slowly heal. Hasan Abdullah, TRT World, Gaziantep.